Welcome back to BikeBeat. Today, we're diving deep into what might be one of the most surprising Honda releases in years. We're talking key features, performance details, design choices, the kind of rider this bike is for, and of course, the price. Alright, let's jump in. Let's start with what everyone wants to know first, the engine. Yes, the Ruckus 350 really does pack a 350 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine. Honda claims around 31 horsepower and 24 pound-feet of torque, which is way more than enough to push this lightweight chassis to speeds nobody ever imagined for a Ruckus. Honda is clearly aiming at riders who love the stripped-down urban aesthetic but want something with serious commuting power and the ability to keep up with highway traffic without feeling like they're twisting the throttle into another dimension. The throttle response is snappy, the mid-range pull is surprisingly strong, and the engine character is classic Honda single-cylinder, smooth enough for everyday riding, torquey enough to make city launches fun. But raw power is only one part of the story. What really transforms the Ruckus 350 into a different kind of beast is how Honda engineered the chassis. They took the tubular skeleton look of the original Ruckus and scaled it up into a full-size frame constructed from high-strength steel. The bike still looks bare, still looks industrial, but now it's proportioned like an actual mid-size motorcycle rather than a cartoon scooter. The seating position is upright and relaxed, with a slightly wider seat and more legroom than you'd expect. Honda says it designed the geometry to feel stable at 70 miles per hour but still nimble enough for alleyway slaloms and tight U-turns. And after getting some early impressions from riders who've tested prototype units, it seems they nailed that combination. The suspension setup is also miles ahead of what anyone familiar with the original Ruckus would expect. Up front, there's a 37mm inverted fork with just over 5 inches of travel, and out back, a preload adjustable monoshock. It's not sport bike aggressive, but much more robust than typical small displacement commuters. Pair that with 14-inch wheels wrapped in semi-knobby urban tires, and the Ruckus 350 is basically begging you to jump curbs, cut across parking lots, or take the long way home down a gravel road. Honda is marketing it as an urban explorer, and honestly, that might be the perfect description. This bike wants to live in the city, but it doesn't want to stay on pavement all day. Stopping power comes from a single 300mm front disc with a 2-piston caliper and a 240mm rear disc, both controlled by a dual-channel ABS system. It's exactly the level of braking you'd expect for a lightweight 350 cubic centimeters machine, not overkill, but definitely confidence-inspiring. And because the bike weighs only around 290 pounds wet, the brakes feel strong, planted, and effective even with aggressive riding. Now let's talk about what makes the 2026 Ruckus 350 look like nothing else on the market. The design stays true to the classic Ruckus ethos, rugged, exposed, unapologetically mechanical. But Honda updated the aesthetic with modern touches. The front end features a dual LED headlight setup, still round, still that instantly recognizable Ruckus bug-eye style, but brighter and more compact. The frame is more sculpted, with angular reinforcement bars that give the whole bike a more premium industrial feel. The fuel tank is tucked low and central, helping weight distribution, while the rear end remains open and customizable. And Honda definitely knew what it was doing there, because customization is a huge part of Ruckus culture. The company even launched an official line of plug-and-play accessory kits, pannier racks, crash bars, a mini windscreen, an extended-range fuel tank, and even a cargo deck for deliveries. They're clearly leaning into the modular, build-it-your-way mindset that made the original so popular. Riders who want to go full adventure mode can bolt on handguards, dual-purpose tires, and auxiliary lights. Riders who want a low-slung street machine can customize it into a stripped-down, almost brat-style mini-moto. And then of course there's the whole crowd waiting to slam it, stretch it, and turn it into a showpiece. Honda isn't just aware of that scene, they're embracing it. The 2026 Ruckus 350 also brings tech that the original Ruckus crowd never dreamed of. You get a full digital LCD dash with speed, touch, fuel, gear position, and Bluetooth smartphone integration for turn-by-turn navigation. There's a USB-C port tucked under the bars, LED lighting all around, and even Honda's optional CitySense safety package, which includes a lean-sensitive traction control system and emergency brake flashing. It's not overwhelming or cluttered, but it's enough tech to bring the Ruckus platform into the modern motorcycle era. Fuel economy is another strong point. Honda claims around 75 miles per gallon under mixed riding, thanks to a refined EFI system and lightweight construction. With a 2.6-gallon tank, you're looking at over 180 miles of range, which is more than enough for daily commutes and weekend exploring. Riders who value practicality will appreciate that this little machine delivers big savings at the pump without sacrificing fun. Now let's talk about the ride experience. The Ruckus 350 isn't trying to be a sport bike, but it is built for pure enjoyment. You get a wide handlebar stance that gives you tons of control in low-speed maneuvering. The bike feels flickable and effortless, almost like riding a BMX with an engine strapped to it. But unlike small scooters or mini motos, the 350 engine gives you that extra torque to pull away from traffic lights with authority. Even at highway speeds, the bike feels stable and planted. There's minimal vibration, thanks to counterbalancing and the rubber-isolated mounts Honda added on this model. The seat height comes in at just under 31 inches, making it approachable for shorter riders while still comfortable for taller ones. Long-distance rides? It's doable, but let's be honest, this bike shines brightest within 50 miles of home. It's not meant to replace a touring motorcycle. You hop on, fire it up, and suddenly every back alley, every shortcut, every hidden side street becomes part of your personal playground. One of the standout selling points of the Ruckus 350 is its versatility. This is the rare bike that appeals to commuters, beginner riders, urban explorers, and veterans who just want something quirky and fun. It's affordable, customizable, and honest. Honda didn't build it to be pretentious or intimidating. Speaking of affordability, let's get to the price. Honda has set the starting MSRP at $4,999 for the base model and just over $5,499 with the CitySense package and upgraded LED options. That's shockingly competitive for a 350 cubic centimeters urban bike with this level of build quality and customization potential. And that price point positions it squarely against small engine bikes like the Yamaha XSR 155, the Kawasaki Z125 Pro, and even Honda's own Grom lineup, though the Ruckus 350 offers a very different attitude than any of those. So who is the 2026 Honda Ruckus 350 really for? If you want a bike that blends style, practicality, and playful energy, this checks every box. If you love customizing motorcycles, it's a blank canvas. If you're a returning rider looking for something friendly but fun, it's perfect. And if you're an experienced rider who just wants a daily runaround machine that makes mundane miles more interesting, this thing will put a giant grin on your face. That's the 2026 Honda Ruckus 350, bigger, faster, and more capable than any Ruckus before it, yet still carrying that unmistakable identity. Let me know in the comments, is this the upgrade the Ruckus community has been waiting for? Or did Honda go too far making it a full-size motorcycle? Would you buy one, and if so, how would you customize it? Drop your thoughts below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button and subscribe for more two-wheel content right here on BikeBeat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next ride.